Hey, Barbara. Hey, Lisa. Lisa, I didn't think you was going to be here today. Or was that somebody else? No, I think it was you. I think it was you. Oh, I got all my meds switched from my insurance coverage to the VA because of the copays kept going up, and on my private insurance, I was getting these Levermere pins. They're already loaded and everything. All I got to do is dial the setting on it and give myself a shot. Well, I didn't think nothing about changing until I got my first batch of meds from the VA. And they didn't send me pins, they sent me this and this. And I got to take these pins and stick them in here and load them. And I can't manipulate everything to do it. I keep bending the needles and stuff and starting over. So I had to get my daughter to start filling these things for me, which is a crock. But had to pay to get these. I have to pay about $50 a month in copay. Can't afford it. $50, that copay on that, I only have $150 left out of my Social Security after I pay my bills, which my only bill is my daughter. She's not a bill. I just have to help with the household, which is $600, and I only get $750 thanks to that deal with the FEMA and everything. They get part of me. Hey, been living with Big B. How you doing, sir? But I guess I'm gonna have to learn how to do these things. I don't. By the way, I have this thing about little bottles, and I don't know why. It's stupid. It's silly. And I think that's such a cute. I took the label off of it. This is insulin. That's a cute little bottle. ah, I like that. I don't know why, but I finally threw away a bunch of those little bottles. I had probably 2 bushel baskets full of the of the little bottles. Working, but have day off today. Well, I guess is it daytime there? I guess it is. I guess it is. uh, but yeah, I'm glad I switched, but I got to get a handle on getting these pins loaded. They And the medication, some of them are different brands than what I was taking. I've got headaches, which I don't usually get headaches, but I've been getting headaches here lately. Um, just after 5 a.m. Sunday. Oh, okay, that sounds about right. And they quit sending me my what is the name of that? It's for depression, citalopram or something like that. And they have, come to find out I didn't have a refill, and they've not called me in for an evaluation, which is with the psychologist. And I don't see him in person. It's on a telecom thing, and we sit there and have a talk, and I really notice the depression thing. It usually, if I don't get off my butt and get outside, it stays with me. But if I get up and get outside, the depression kind of goes away till I come back in and having some quiet time. I'm depressed about my channel. I shouldn't be, but I am, because I'm losing subscribers right and left, and I guess it's because it's pretty much a do nothing channel now. All I do is to plants and stuff, and I can't get out to do what I want to do, which is scrap, picking up, going into. Hey, Angel in pink camo, how you doing, dear? And the only thing that really keeps my spirits up is I've got a handful of people like you guys that kind of stays with me. A headache's bothering me, but yeah, my channel's, it's going downhill. Well, it's, Lisa, I guess I'm not used to failing at something I try, and I have been failing right and left on this plants and stuff, and I don't know why, because I never had these problems before. Hey, Isabel, how you doing, dear? And sometimes I'm sitting here and all of a sudden it hits me. I am 80 freaking years old. 80. 20 years from 100. And it just bores me sometimes to think about it. I was sitting in there the other day, and Jaden was doing something, and he was laughing because I was having a problem doing something. And I said, boy, I wished I could be around when you become my age. And then I'd got saying you would be, and I forget what it was, you'd be, when you're 80 years old, I would be 150 or something like that. And that just floored me. When he's an old man, I'm going to be way off in the distant past, and it just, well, one good thing, I got up this morning. Now, when I first get up, I can kind of walk. And I got up, put my pants on, got my shoes on, and I went into the kitchen to make coffee. And I had my wheelchair pulled up to the counter, and I stood up and I was making the coffee. And then, for some reason, I just pushed the wheelchair back and I walked. I walked into the living room, and of course I was getting scolded by both my grandsons that's here because I was walking. And I said, well, I felt like walking. And I did. I had to do it very careful, but I did it. And I walked to the living room and walked back to the kitchen. Then I sat in my wheelchair. But as the day progresses, I can't, it's not so easy for me to walk. And I'm wondering if it's got something to do with me sitting in this wheelchair most of the day. It probably does. I'm going to try something a little different on my channel. Something I've been wanting to do. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm just going to do it one day, and you'll notice it right off. But it's something I've been thinking about because I do love to talk to people and stuff. But you'll see it, and I'll probably start doing it. What is this? This Saturday. I'm doing my live. It's Saturday. And, something else. I get a lot, since I got this hat, I get a lot of people, if we're talking or something, they'll say, thank you for your service. Hey, Paul, how you doing, sir? Paul, I still want to do a private, well, I want to do a private chat with you on live stream, but there's a lot of things I want to ask you. And well, thank you for your service. Paul was in the Coast Guard. In case you don't know, there's a lot of things I want to talk to Paul about. Too bad you cannot find exercises for sitting in a chair, moving legs and arms. Well, that's something I'm working on next week. I got some, I don't know what you call them things. It's, just a minute and I'll show you. It's these things, they stretch and I'm going to set something outside on the deck before I can do it every day. And if I do it, I really feel like, guys, I feel like if I did start exercising and do it without fail every day, and lose some dadgone weight. I look at myself in some of these videos, and by the way, this person that said I look like Jabba the Hutt, I looked that fella up, Jabba the Hutt. Well, I look like that, it's time to do something about it, because that guy, he's something else. I don't know how I missed that. But Paul, I really consider it my friend to have a talk with a private live stream talk with me. I want just things I want to know. Only way I know how to describe. Hey, UK, how you doing, my friend? I've been losing some of my breath. my Brett subscribers too. I've lost about 20 subscribers, and I'm not liking that at all. But Paul, I just want to know how you got from point A to point B to point wherever you're at now. You know, I explain it. Well, I don't guess you could explain it. Um, but yeah, I've been losing some of my British subscribers. I don't like it. I don't like me. It makes me. Matter of fact, I have got. Well, I'm gonna try to get my daughter to take me to the scrap yard and sell all this. I got some brass and stuff that I've picked up here and there lately, and um, and I thought I had it hid where she couldn't see it. And she come in one day. You didn't think I would find this stuff, did you? No, Paul, I don't think it's dumb luck, my friend. It's got a lot to who you are and how you are. Yeah, luck's got a lot to play in things in life, but also decisions you make. Um, it's got a lot to do with it too. I made a lot of bad decisions. Hey, Cindy, with the Y. I hadn't seen Cindy with an I lately. AJP Garden Machine. Who are you? I've never seen you before, I don't think. And if I haven't, maybe you can give me some tips. I'm having an awful hard time with my gardening and stuff, I don't have a garden in the ground. I have it in containers. Uh, but if you're new to the channel, I appreciate you coming so much. And Cupcake Girl, and they're scrapping cash. How about that? Hot dogs. Getting a few people in the house. But I don't want a huge amount. Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind having a huge amount of subscribers for monetary reasons. But I like knowing it on a personal level, a lot of my subscribers that I have here. And it's more personal for me than it would be if I had like with Paul. He's got like 170,000 subscribers. I can't wrap my head around that. And I seen this girl the other day, and she's got 6 million subscribers. She's about 10 years old. I can't remember her name. She's a street performer. She's a very accomplished violinist. She plays the violin, and she doesn't stand still when she's kind of jumping around and dancing, like, you know, which what is her name? But she's got 6 million subscribers. She did a video when she hit 6 million. And I didn't know when you got up like in the millions that YouTube sent you some kind of a plaque or something, you know. I didn't know that, but it showed her getting that. Yeah, 6 million. And she's very accomplished. I don't particularly like just to hear violin music, but she knows what she's doing. She's about 10. And her attire, what she's wearing, is just kind of normal clothes. She's not real flashy out there type of person. And but she's out on the street playing that violin. She's got a little pop thing sitting out in front of her, and people's giving her money. And of course, with 6 million viewers, that the money she gets like that in the hat, that's just a drop in the bucket, probably, to what she's earning off of YouTube. Oh, see, I didn't know they give you those play buttons, but you got the silver play button. The gold play button is 1 million. I don't know what color that button was that she got at 6 million, but boy, I may put a piece of that in one of my videos. Well, I'm sure her parents is sitting right there in the background. Because she's got some equipment set up there, some speakers and stuff, and the violin's hooked up to something. But I'm sure her parents are sitting right there. But that's a lot. You're right. That's a lot of exposure. I can't stay right now. Woman work is never done. The garden's looking good. You're looking dapper. Let me thank you for your service this Memorial Day. And it is Memorial Day weekend. I forgot all about that. I swear, I don't think I should be people thanking me for my service, because I had a ball. I had such a great time. And when I was coming up at the end of my 6 years, and Vietnam was jumping, and my brother's been over and got shot up, a friend of mine been over and got killed, I didn't want to go, but I still feel guilty about it that I didn't go. But I look at it this way anyway. The time I was in there, I was there come what may, you know. Fortunately, I didn't have to see any combat, but I was there. I was on that line, and all my friends, that I knew during that time, we were there. We were doing, I think, personally, I think they still ought to have the draft. I think every normal man, when he hits 18, he should be eligible for the draft. Well, I guess they are eligible for the draft, but I think they need to do 2 years. People, they could never bring the draft back. People would raise holy cane. People don't realize that military is why we got what we got and why we have what we have. I just believe that. I may be wrong, but that's what I believe. Well, Cindy, I appreciate you coming by, dear. I want to scrap my silver play button in a video, but my son won't let me. What do you mean you want to scrap it? No, if you mean destroy it or something, Paul, kiss my grits, my friend. You earned that. You earned that. Oh, shoot. But anyway, UK Scrapper, high things with you, my friend. I'm going to start doing a live stream about 12 noon or 1 p.m. during the day, where all my friends in Europe can tune in if they want to, because when I do my one at 5, it's like 11 o'clock at night there, and she hasn't seen her grandson, who's in the Marines, in 2 years, stationed in Japan. I wish I could stayed in Japan a little while, but I never got to. Uh, they shipped me. They was cutting orders for me to go. I think to Japan or Hawaii, somewhere like that, because that was just jumping off point to go to Vietnam. But I had already told them I was re-enlisting, and then I backed out. And yeah, I wished I hadn't in a way. If I'd have stayed in and lived, I would have been drawing a Army pension ever since I was 38 years old. Because that's when I could have retired at 38. Can you imagine that? Well, I don't know if it's enough to live off of, but it's a pension. But if I stayed in 20, I probably would have stayed in 30. My niece is being deported again on Monday. Where is she going, Lisa? Is she in the Navy or is she in the Army? Sounds like she might be in the Navy. You know, I didn't realize that they still put in the Navy that they put women on ships, like aircraft carriers and destroyers and stuff like that. The women are on there. And now I think she's in the Navy. I kind of thought she was in the Navy. It's a lot different than when I was in. When I was in, we hardly ever seen a whack, our woman's army. We hardly ever seen them. They were there, but they wasn't mixed up into different things, My other grandson's Air Force Station in Washington State, coming to visit the end of June. Yeah, that was an exciting time for me, It really was. My life probably would have been a whole lot different if I'd have went ahead and stayed in. But also, when I got out, people weren't friendly. The public wasn't friendly to the veterans at all. They would even, hey, Fantab, how you doing, girl? I've been thinking about you. But yeah, public would spit at you and call you murderers and stuff like that. Like those guys, like we had a choice. Most of those guys were draftees. They didn't have a choice about being there. Now the regular army, which I was regular army, and that means my serial number was RA146866609. Somebody that's drafted, their serial number would be US and then the number, but mine was RA. And RA means you volunteered. I don't guess I'll ever forget that number. 146866609. And anytime my laundry come back, my last four was on the tags on my laundry, and that last four was P6609. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I've been thinking about you, Mary Beth. I really have. kind of on the depressed side a little bit till I get outside and start doing stuff. And I'm going out tomorrow. Now I have a lot going on in about a month when a lot of this stuff that I've been cloning comes ready to get, to get it off the tree. Grandpa Russell, see what I just wrote. Times have changed. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at, Lisa? Okay, I'll have to look up whatever you're talking about, Lisa. But yeah, times have changed, but that Vietnam War, we didn't have no business whatsoever in there. But when you're in the military, you have to follow your orders. You have to do what you're told to do. And if you don't, you're going to be in buku trouble. It really bothers me that the government, your politicians all can tell you this is what you're going to do and this is the enemy, and if you're in a combat situation, you got to shoot that fellow. You got to kill him. You got to kill him. And the enemy, on the other hand, they got to kill you. It's so sad. It's so sad to think about that. And I knew some sergeants and stuff in the Army when I first went in that was in World War II and Korea. And they said the hardest time they had is when they killed somebody and they was close enough that you could see their face, you could make eye contact with them. And then you got to kill him. It's hard to comprehend. Got to kill somebody. Now that depresses me. Yes, it does. Yeah, I can't. Anyway, I'm going to get off that subject. But I will be changing my channel. I'm not getting away from my plants, but I'm going to be doing something. I think if it interests you, it might be something you're going to watch the video regardless. You got to hold somebody's interest. And I'm bad about sitting there doing something and talking, and then all of a sudden I shut up and I keep doing what I'm doing. I'm not explaining nothing. I don't multitask. But I noticed that. I noticed that I'm not carrying on the conversation. And like Paul on Scrap Mountain Man, now he pretty much continues talking. Still Scrap Kingdom, he talks. I can't keep up with what he's talking about and what for, but it must be working for him. I mean, he's got 4,000 or 5,000 people, I think. But he's been doing it for years. I've only been doing it since 2017. Of course, that's getting up into the years, isn't it? Exactly, Isabel. My girlfriend that I had over there, a German girl that had my daughter that I've never met personally. Her dad was a World War II veteran. He only had one leg, got shot off by an American. And I'm sure when that war was going on, he was considered to be just a low-down, rotten Nazi German. But he was a good man. He was a good man. His name was Walter. And sometimes we would be sitting there drinking beer. I could tell that it was a very emotional time for him. A lot of Germans felt terrible about the things that was going on there, and a lot of them really didn't know. They just heard rumors and stuff. But Walter was a good man. His boys, Peter, Heinz, and oh boy, I never met this one boy. He was born after I left Germany. But they were all good people. Now, I met one guy. We had an enlisted man's club that the enlisted men can go to, and they had a photo lab in that club that you could go in, and they had a German teacher and instructor that worked that thing for you. And how he got his job there, I don't know. But boy, he was a devout Nazi. And if you got to talking to him, and he sometimes he'd go on a rant. We had this, we did this was going to happen. And then the Americans stuck their nose in our business. I tried to explain. I call him Herald. I think Hera is Mr. and his last name was Raw. I tried to explain that we didn't stick our nose in it. Hitler declared war on the United States. Then we stuck our nose in it. You couldn't explain it to him. But he'd get on the ranch. I don't know how he got a job working for the Americans. But thing about Walter, he was a World War II vet, and 3 of his daughters was married to American GIs, Army guys, and they're all living in the United States. He's got a son in Berlin. He's got another son, Peter, that's about to die. He's in bad shape. And Heinz, he's already died from cancer. And the one that was my girlfriend, she died. But they were all good people. But then you think, well, that war's going on, and it took people to run all that bad stuff. So where did they come from, Hey, Willow, how you doing, dear? I didn't see you. Oh, man. Pain in my shoulder. But anyhow, I'm doing good. I'm fixing to change a little something about something I'm doing in my channel, and I'm just going to do it. Jill, my granddad was a Navy man in World War II. I have a great uncle that was in Korean War and 3 uncles in Vietnam. I have 4 cousins in the military, and one of them served in Desert Storm. That's a lot of military in that one family there, Jill. I had several uncles that was in World War II, and Lord, I wish I could talk to them now, but they're all gone. Thank you, Mary Beth. Hey, Darlene. Yeah. Jay. He just come in here and throw something at me. Jay. Something hit my back. He likes doing that stuff. The only thing that irritates me about it, I don't know if it's him doing something or I'm just hallucinating or something. I know. A doctor told me a good while back. Hey, darling, I just got here. Yeah. See, now I lost my train of thought. Man, it's kind of important. Oh, yeah, he did something. Yeah. Oh, I was talking. A doctor a long while back told me I may have the beginnings of Parkinson. Well, if I look how dirty my hands, I've been out there digging in dirt, and I haven't washed them yet. I filled up 2 of my containers with new dirt and set out my cucumbers. I'm actually going to set them containers down on the ground just right outside the deck, and I'm going to try to train them things to grow up. I like them where they're hanging, but now I done lost my train of thought. Oh, Parkinson. And I see these advertisements they're usually on YouTube. I don't watch no TV, and it's talking about sometimes people with Parkinson's, they start having hallucinations, and they're showing this guy sitting there and he's looking at his dog, and all of a sudden he sees the same dog sitting beside that dog, and he's hallucinating. I didn't know you could hallucinate with Parkinson's. I get the shakes every once in a while, and right now I don't have it. But sometimes I get it and I get, doing like that, and I have to hold my hand to keep from shaking. But I have to live with the fact I'm 80 years old. I've got a lot less time left than what I've already had, for sure. And I don't know how I'm supposed. I know how I remember a lot of people that was 80 and how they acted, and I thought it was not good. I just can't physically do things. I can raise that arm up like that, but if I gotta reach over further, I got to put my hand under there and prop my arm up to do it. And I just hadn't realized how overweight I was till I started looking at myself, and I looked like Jabba the Hutt. I look like Jabba the Hutt. Good Lord. And folks, when I went in the Army, I weighed 160 pounds. 160 pounds. And I didn't weigh but about 180 when I got married. And boy, did she fatten me up. Man. But I went to around 210, 220, and I stayed that way for years. Then all of a sudden, last time I weighed at the doctor's, I was 289 pounds. And I'm not eating a lot. I don't understand why. Maybe I've got to do that exercise. I'm going to start doing it. But I think if I could lose 80 pounds, get down to 200, boy, sometimes they say if you lose a lot of weight like that, your diabetes goes away. I don't know if that's true or not. That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful. But I am so glad that I've got you guys and girls. Oh, something else I wanted to say, and I don't. Somebody told me one time, if you're not sure about something, don't say it. So, and I'm not sure which one of you're probably on here right now. I'm not sure about something, so I'm not going to say it. Sorry about that. I don't remember. It was one of my subscribers. You're not sure about it? Don't say it. So I'm not going to say it. To cancel gabapentin hallucinations the last time I was on it. I got a shoulder replacement yesterday. I can't cancel my gabapentin. I have to take them 3 times. Actually, I'm supposed to be taking 400 milligrams 3 times a day, but I'm only taking 300 milligrams 4 times a day, and I'm going to take up them, and that's because I had those extra, and I'm going to use them up before I start taking the 400 if the pain. And I know, like this morning, I woke up about 4 o'clock, and my feet was killing me, and I had forgot to take my 3rd gabapentin. So I took the gabapentin. A couple of hours later, I was all right. Lisa said in some cases diabetes does go away. I was never sick till I got when I hit, let's see, my wife's been dead since 2007. What is that, 13 years? I was working every day. I was working at Walmart, and I was walking 6 to 7 miles a day in that store on my shift. And that was my job, walking around looking for safety hazards and stuff like that. and doing hazmat, when something toxic got spilled or something, I had to go in there and make sure all that got took care of and everything. Uh, I love that job because I got to meet so many people, and I met so many people that I actually was impressed the way they looked or something. And I don't mean like beautiful or something, but just something very unique about them. And most of the time it was kids. And I told the parents if they would bring them in, I would do family portraits and everything and do some kid photos of that particular kid that I wanted to do, and wouldn't charge them a cent and give them the portraits and all that stuff. And I got a lot of people in there like that. And I, I can show some of them, but I can't, most of them I can't because I don't have releases or anything, where they released them for me to use like that. So it tears me up. I was looking at some the other day, man, and they were just spectacular. uh, but I was very active. I'm trying to remember how old I was. Take 10 years away, I'd be 70. Take 3 years away, I'd be 67 or 68. And I didn't start having problems to write about them. Then I started having problems. Um, Memories. Lyrica for fibromyalgia. My doc keeps telling me to go tanning. Lyrica, my sister-in-law keeps trying to get me to take that, and I'm not going to do it. And she did something. Okay, now that I think about this sister-in-law, won't call her name. Dad's going. She had these two dogs, and I think they paid $2,000 or $3,000 a piece for them. And they're very large dogs, and they're aggressive. So it's not dogs that you just want to give to somebody since you don't want them no more or something. But a breeder, somebody that breeds them things would want them, they could sell them to those, but they didn't do that. They just couldn't take care of them no more, and they went out there and shot the dogs. And boy, if the right people got hold of that, there'd be charges brought against them shooting them dogs. You can take them to a vet and have them put down, but you can't take them out there and shoot them. And I couldn't do, if I got to where I couldn't take care of my, where is she at? There you are. That's my baby. What you doing? Am I forgetting you Poppy's baby girl? Bless your heart. If I got where I couldn't take care of her, I couldn't take her out and shoot her. I couldn't even have her put down. I just have to deal with it. But it seems like to me if you got dogs, you must not, and you take them out shooting, you must not have no emotional connection with them or anything to do that. That'd be like taking one of my grandsons out and shooting him. Uh, Garbage. There you go, Jill. Garbage. Some people think it is garbage. I can't stop taking the gabapentin. I wish I could. And I honestly think if I start doing this exercise, like what did I do with that? I showed you what. What did I do with it? If I start doing these stressy things and everything and exercising for real, I might could lose some weight. And I might could develop my muscles more in my arms. And if I got up every day, like I did this morning, and I got in there making coffee, and then I walked from the kitchen into the living room and turned around and walked back. And if I did that every day, if I just started taking a walk every day, I'm thinking about getting my good rollator walker and getting it out there in the yard and just walk around in the yard with that, because that's got a seat on it and I could actually sit down. But when I walked this morning, my one grandson looked at me like he was having a conniption. You need to sit down. No, I felt like walking. That's what I told him. And I have to remind him sometimes, you're not the boss of me. I'm the boss of you. When your mama's not around or your brother's not taking care of it, I'm the boss. Well, I've known a lot of people that shoot, that put horses and stuff down like that, but dogs, if you got dogs, most of the time I think people would have an affection for them, and there's no way in the world. Now, I know a kid that had a dog, and he loved that dog, and he had to go out back and shoot it. This was out in the country. And because the dog got rabies and they had him tied up and he was dangerous, and the boy went out there and had to shoot him. Somebody was going to do it for him, and he said, no, it's my dog. He was crying. Yeah, I wished I had a treadmill, but I don't know where I'd keep it. Don't know where I'd keep it. Anyhow, guys, by the way, I did a live stream, was it Wednesday night? Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Boy, I'm sitting there. I think I went about 15 minutes in and I had nobody. I said, well, it's time to shut this thing down. So I played my music and shut it down. I ought to publish that. And by the way, my live streams, this is probably going to be the last live stream that I can play my music and stuff, because it's I can't afford it. It's $25 and I can't keep it going. I lose my logo up there. I'd go back to the live stream logo and all that. But I can't afford it. What happened this month? Let's see. My check come in early. It come in yesterday. No, today's Saturday. It come in Thursday. I don't know why it popped in early. And I had some stuff I had to have for my plants and stuff out there, and I gotta have it. And it all come to about $100. And then there was some personal items I had to get, so I spent out. My check ain't supposed to hit till first, and first ain't what till Monday. So it's already gone. I'm broke. I'm broke. But I do have. I'm getting rid of a bunch of tools that I don't need them anymore. I'm not ever going to be able to use them, and so I might as well sell them. And I won't get much for them, but I might sell them things. So I might have a few dollars. Treadmill is easy to fall off. Yes, it sure is. I fell off of them. We had one, but it got to where it wasn't working right. You'd have to unplug it to make it stop running. The switches and stuff quit working. So I couldn't plug it up and then jump on it while it was running. That's how I fell. So I got rid of it. Anyhow, okay, guys, I'm going to be out of here. I'm probably going to do another live stream about 1 o'clock this Wednesday and try to get some of my Brit friends to tune in and everything. Man, I don't like losing. I lost about almost 20 subscribers. Oh, well. All right, guys. I am going to be out of here, and they'll shut off my upgrade thing, and I won't be able to do what I'm doing right now.